Leader Raila Odinga is pushing for a referendum for some proposals in the National Dialogue Committee report. However, a referendum before the 2027 general election would be a blow to President William Ruto. This is according to political pundits who argue that the president must do all it takes to avoid a plebiscite. NTV's Ibrahim Karanja explains.
From the onset, the proposals to have the entrenchment of the offices of Prime Minister and that of the leader of official opposition were made by the Kenya Kwanza side at the start of the dialogue with Azimio slightly over 3 months ago. And while effecting these two proposals alongside that of extending the presidential petition period requires a referendum, President William Ruto's safest bet rests in avoiding a referendum by hook or crook.
Yeah, he'll be left with an egg on his face. And yes, it will damage his image. Whichever way, because it is going to be destructive. Now, expecting that Raila will be there cheering for him is far-fetched, because Raila wants him out. So anything that will make Ruto look bad, he'll be for it. And now Ruto and his Gachagua have a problem, trying to get themselves out of a trap.
Top on the list of realities that threatens Ruto's political grip, should he support a referendum as at now, include the high cost of living, the economic situation of the country, the weakening currency, loss of jobs due to the cost of companies doing businesses, and as such, a referendum may just turn out to be a vote of no confidence for Ruto, reminiscence of the 2005 plebiscite, where a loss by President Kibaki's banana side led him to a tumultuous political campaign 2 years later. Just like the Kibaki administration then, Ruto's government is currently unpopular owing to decisions made by top officials. And just as it did in 2005, a referendum may just be what will catapult a strong political formation aimed at unseating the head of state at the end of his first term in office. Yet to avoid a referendum, the head of state may be forced to openly eat his own words, seeing as he had already committed to support and implement contents of the NADCO report, just few hours after it had been unveiled to the public.
All the recommendations they have made, they are practical. We are going to work on those recommendations.
But perhaps indicative of how the president might avoid leading his flock to the arbiter is the position by the breakaway faction of the Jubilee Party, led by Sabina Chege and Kanini Kega, which cites cost implications under the current tough economic situation as a reason not to have a referendum, at least not before 2027.
For now, with the current cost of living, of course, the referendum is not recommended now.
He has to use all the cunning ways, and he's a cunning man, to get out of there. But he's been known, he's been accused of reneging on promises. Not one, but many. So this would be just another one, but one with some good explanation.
Yet, on the other hand, Raila Odinga may desperately hope that the country heads to a referendum, not for a contest that may result to a win, but due to the fact that it may dent Ruto's image. Azimio is all too aware of the current approval ratings for Kenya Kwanza and are keen on rocking the boat even more vigorously. According to Professor Munene, the ODM leader has an upper hand either way. A referendum will make him blame Ruto for further deepening the country's economic situation, and a refusal of a referendum by Ruto will give Tinga fodder for accusing the country's most powerful man on reneging on his promises. Yet, William Ruto is not a political novice and must be aware of the prospects of this reality. And touted as a master of political moves, how he navigates the drumbeats of a referendum while still yearning to implement NADCO's recommendation is a matter of wait and see. Ibrahim Karanja, NTV.